Hello, Arcady here with part 2 of my Borderlands 2 Terramorphous run on normal. Yeah, so I don't know if you guys watched the first part, but it wasn't terribly... Like, I got close to killing him at least once, but I kind of blew it. So this time I'm hoping to actually beat him. Of course, this commentary is dubbed in, like, after the fact, because... I don't know about you guys, but when I'm trying to do like a raid boss, I need to like focus on it. I can't really talk that much, so this is me basically just watching myself and yeah, just seeing how I did. So anyway, I probably didn't talk too much in detail about my weapons, but I'm using the ruby in my offhand, that little pistol. I have it in Slag because I love having it in Slag with my Gunzerker because Slag is such a useful element. Because when you hit something with Slag, and if you're lucky enough, it'll put a debuff on the mob that causes them to take more damage. So it's an amazing, like it's all more damage from all sources, like fire, whatever. So that's what I like to do. I always like to have one weapon in Slag, in my offhand, and in my main hand I have whatever my main weapon is. The other cool thing about the ruby is it also heals you for about 12% of all the damage you do, and it doesn't matter what damage it is. It could be you throwing a grenade out. It could be you just shooting that shotgun in your main hand. I mean, whatever. It still heals you for about 12% as long as the ruby is in your hand. Well, in one of your hands anyway. Doesn't matter which one. So I usually like to put it in the offhand just because, yeah, anyway. The more beam tentacles have spawned here, I always try to kill them as fast as I can. I also try to keep at least one tentacle up most of the time, but when they're beam tentacles, usually it's better just to take the risk and just kill them, because they do so much damage anyway. So if you leave it up, it's probably going to kill you eventually anyway. So here I'm trying desperately to get my health back up by throwing a fire burst and just putting the ruby in my hand and praying that Gunzerk cools down quickly. Gunzerk hasn't quite cooled down yet, as you guys can see in the bottom left corner there, right above my health bar and my shield bar. It's getting close, but it's not quite there yet. There we go, now it's back. I also try to keep Gunzerk for when I actually get hit, because when you go into Gunzerk, you actually get 50% of your health, like, instantly. So that can actually save you a little bit. It's not something you can rely on completely, though, but it does help you stay alive if you time it just right. You can probably see my health going up and down, up and down. Well, that's because this guy's a raid boss, and these raid bosses can hit really hard. So another reason you use a ruby. I guess you don't have to use a ruby if you're really well skilled, but for I'm going to say lesser players like me, the ruby can be the difference between life and death in some situations. So, because being able to bring your health back up pretty much whenever you want is amazing. Another tactic I like to use with the ruby is I'll switch to the Herald, fire off a couple shots, and switch back to the ruby before the bullets hit. And once the bullets hit, it'll actually heal me for that amount. I don't know if you guys could see it too easily here, but because he is kind of close, so it's kind of difficult to switch quickly. But it is pretty awesome when you can pull it off. I think I'm going to try it here, actually. Yeah, switch the ruby. Boom. Health back up. It's such an awesome tactic. And that works for anybody, eh? It doesn't have to be the Gunzerker. You can have the Ruby or the Grog in one of your slots and just switch to it after you fire a bullet that's like preferably a slow-moving bullet like the Herald, and you know, get your health back up. It's just awesome. So here I am kind of cheesing him a little bit. I thought, well, he's near the end of his health. Let's just switch to the Herald and the Ruby full time, since technically the Herald's like my most powerful weapon. And I always call it the Herald, but it's actually the unkempt Herald. And the version that I have has the double penetrating prefix, which shoots like twice the amount of shots for twice the amount of ammo. So, pretty cool anyway. It's an amazing weapon. So as you can see, I beat him. Wasn't beautiful by any means, but one thing I always hated about this fight is even after you kill him, sometimes tentacles will spawn, and they can be really frickin' annoying when you're trying to loot stuff. So, at least until I'm like near the money cap, I typically only pick up like anything that's blue or above, especially off of these raid bosses, because they can drop so much stuff. I mean, I know I can cart back, like go back and forth, pick up everything, but I really didn't feel like it, so that's why I'm ignoring all the greens. So I know my friend Steve's gonna bug me about that, but I really didn't want to go back and forth just for a little bit more money. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. So we're actually getting near the end of this. I kind of screwed up here a little bit, because usually what I do is I try to open up all the boxes first, and then I loot them all. But of course here what do I do is I did it here, but on the other side I didn't do it at all. I just kind of opened them up individually, which takes a lot longer. But anyway, thank you everybody for watching. Hopefully we'll see you guys later. Goodbye.